just talk about. So I just want to, talk a little bit what we're going to be going over today, which is, succession planning. I know last year we did it in May. I said, you know what, how about we just do this in April? The earlier, the better. That way you'll start looking for your successor, who's going to take over your role for next year. And I know, Sue, you said that you'll probably just go ahead and do it again.
Yeah.
which is the greatest thing, because if your VPPR section, is lacking and you didn't have the resources, it's good to go to second round, to be honest, because you start seeing how everything fits together. So I do recommend that, doing it a second time if no one else wants to do it. And then you will inspire the next person to become a VPPR, because now they know how it works. The same thing happened here with me being a PRM. When I came in, I didn't know what the passwords were. Nothing was transferred to me. I was chasing people down. I'm like, oh my God. And it is a funny feeling, because you're spending your first month, which is July 1st, all the way to the end of the month, trying to put systems together. And that should not be. And that's why I think that having a succession planning training is great early in before June 30th.
Yeah.
Because you want to know who's taking over. And then you want to
Yes.
pass it on over. And then at least you have time to train them by the time they're in the actual role. And then before the TLI, they're ready to go. And then July 1st, boom, they got it licked. But there's some things that I am going to cover, like the do's and the don'ts, all those things that you should not do as a club officer, because we have seen it where people just run and you don't see them again. And you're like, okay, what happened to that person?
Oh my.
I've seen that happen, especially in the higher ups, like division directors, where maybe it was just too much work and they just disappear. And
Wow.
that person has to start over and not know what they did in that area, or what did they do with the area directors, when they were division director. It happens. And it's just that they wanted the credit, but they didn't know that it did take work to get there. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna go ahead and, before I start, did any of you have a great experience coming into your role? Did you have a great succession plan in place? That person, not you, the person that came before you, did they give you like the handover notes and then you were ready to go? Anyone can speak. I see Judy shaking her head.
Mine moved out of the state, so he just kind of said, here's the password and go.
Okay. Yep, and that does happen.
Mhm.
The good thing is that you had the passwords. That's the good thing. Who wants to start over?
Yeah.
Okay, anyone else want to share, when they,
I had done it before, and then like our website, a group of us have access, so it's not just the PR that handles it.
oh, that's good.
So, things were passed on to me, but it's been a while since I've done it, but I had some experience already.
Oh, okay, that's great to know. I see we have Amy Sagami. So Amy, I'm asking everyone, before I, start the presentation, did you have a great succession time when you came into your role as a VPPR? Did you get all the resources that you need?
I have to think back for a while. Good to see you, Valerie, and my apology for being late. I just wrap up another Zoom call. So right now I've been VP membership, but I've been working with the VPPR for quite some time. Previous years, and Mandy and Kamaria, Shanita, and it's a teamwork. If anything, I would say that when the VPPR can connect with everybody, that's what makes it work. Back
Yes.
to you, Valerie.
All right. Thank you for sharing. And anyone else want to share their experience when they came into their role? Okay.
So
All right.
I am the proposed successor, so that's why I'm here. I'm taking advantage of this tutorial, if you will.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good that you stepped up to leadership.
Yes,
is great.
yes.
Which I'm going to talk about attributes today as well in that sense. So
I also have one thing to add, is that I was kind of snarky thinking, since I run my own business and my own Facebook page for my business, and I knew how to do this and I knew what to do. Unfortunately, I'm not sure of the content and everything else that I need to do for this. But
okay.
I have something that nobody else has, is I have in my Toastmasters group, Sheila Edens Brown,
Yes.
who is going to possibly be my partner
Oh, that's awesome.
in the
Wow.
VPPR. So I think we're going to work together.
That's great. And she is awesome. And she's part of our PR team. And
Oh,
she
wow.
does some great things like constant contact. She's going to be speaking next month on digital marketing strategy. She was supposed to talk this month, but I told her, because she's traveling, I told her, make the time to do it next month, because I really didn't want her to rush because she's traveling right now. And I was like, no, that wouldn't be nice to put you on spot in the airport. Yeah, but mark your calendars for next month. That's going to be May 4th. So she'll be speaking on that. So that'll be great for you to attend. And let me bring up. Okay, let me get rid of this floater. All right, so I can see you all. So this here is going to be talking about, it's going to be two parts. So we're going to talk about start your succession plan. And then also we're going to have a creative campaign session where I'm going to show you something about how to put a campaign together on Facebook. And the great thing is that we're going to set out a campaign. It's going to be scheduled for tomorrow at noon. And we're all going to do it at the same time. And you're pretty wondering, like, how are we going to do that? But it's going to be very interesting how I show you how to schedule a post on Facebook. But the first thing is, let me get rid of that, is what you need to know about succession planning. It's not scary at all. It's just, what is it? What is succession planning? The do's and the don'ts. What leadership attributes are needed when you're looking for a successor? Why your experiences in your VPPR role matters. And then we're going to have a Q&A session. So the first thing I want to ask you, how many have you seen, and we talked about it earlier, how many of you know a runaway leader? Someone who just finished their role for the year and you didn't see them again. Yeah, you can show some emojis. It happens. They either stay or they leave. And this is the type of leader you don't want to be. You don't want your successor running after you, sending your emails. So this is why succession planning is very important, is to leave your role professional, and you're going to learn a little bit more. So succession planning is, hold on for a minute, I gotta get rid of this, is the process for identifying and developing club members who have the potential to fill key leadership roles. And in every club, there is someone that shows great leadership. And it's very important to recognize those individuals, start talking to them right away, because they want to be involved. They're involved in your contests, they're involved in different events that you're having. And when they're showing that kind of leadership skills, you really want to bring them in as part of your committee, and you want to mentor them and show them the way on, what leadership is, how, are they interested in being a leader? So these are the conversations that you should be having right now. So the next thing is, what leadership attributes are needed when you're looking for someone to be your successor? You want someone that's committed. They have a commitment to Toastmasters. You see it right away. Accountability. Has this person taken on responsibilities in the club? However, they don't have that title. And then they can get that credit and apply it to their work life, to their business, whatever that they're trying to do. They have a desire to learn. Do you have someone in your club right now that wants to learn how to be a leader? And then they're open to feedback. So these are 4 things that as a leader, you need to have these. Not someone who just want to get credit to get their DTM. No, we really want individuals that understand Toastmasters, committed to it, show that accountability, willing to learn, and then open to feedback. And you think as a Toastmaster, okay, we get feedback all the time from speaking. However, that leadership part is very important when it comes to feedback. So we really need to look for those individuals, see if they have those attributes, and start that communication right away. Your experiences in your VPPR role. So I really want to let you know that your experience as a VPPR, it really matters. Because 1, you put in the time. It is hard work planning. And I know, Sue, you say you want to do this one more time. The reason why is because you're setting up systems. You're learning different things in this VPPR sessions, and you're taking it back to your club, all of you. And then you're applying it. And then you bring your own creative processes into it. And you want to pass that on to the next person. And then you're responsible. So being responsible, putting the information out there, you know how to do social media, you know how to update your website, you know how to build that committee when you know you can't do it all. And then you have a schedule, a PR schedule. So it's very important that whatever experiences that you're having, you really want to document it. Because this is information that you want to pass on to the individual that is going to take on your role. And then they're going to add to it. And so it brings a lot of excitement as well when you're prepared before June 30th. And then this individual will do the same for the next person and then the next person. But if you don't start it now, guess what? You're going to be running through the cracks again. The person's going to be looking for passwords. What did the person do before and the person before that? And so we really don't want to get to that point. We wanted to start with you. And then you want to pass it along so the next person can be successful. So you're probably wondering what's next. So the thing that's next is, what are the do's and the don'ts? So we do have some do's and don'ts that you really want to take note of. And so when it comes to that, hold on for a minute. I think something is on my screen. Okay, here we go. We're going to go with the do's. So you really want to set up a meeting with your new VPPR. So after the club officers election, you really want to contact that person. Set up that meeting right away. Don't wait 2 weeks. You want to set it up right away. Have your handover notes, which I have mentioned previous, that you really want to write down everything that you've done. How do you do a PR calendar? What different things do you do that they can take on and run with it? So this is very important. Also, got some more for you. Now, passwords, as I mentioned, software. What software do you use? Are you using Canva? Are you using Constant Contact? There are other things like Eventbrite, where you're inviting people to sign up and register to attend your club meetings. So whatever software you're using, if it has a password or it doesn't have a password, you really want to be showing that. And then if there's additional club accounts, like Canva is an account that you can have for your club. But if you have other accounts, like you have Free Toast hosts, because they're going to be managing the website as well. So you really want to make sure you have all the different technologies that you're using, all the different social media that you're using. That way, the next person is not chasing after you. And then also you want to mention the club officers training. Now the TLI is coming up June 6th. So you really want to write that down. That's very important. You'll be seeing some information coming out soon, and you probably saw it in the newsletter, but more details to come. But here are some things that you don't want to do. You don't want to leave and disappear on your successor. Not leaving any handover notes does not make you a leader. I'm being honest. If you just leave a person high and dry, even if you moving out of state, get the person's email, send them the handover notes. There's no excuses at all, because we have so many varieties of the way of how we communicate. I mean, texting, we email, we FaceTime, we Facebook, everything is at your disposal. So there's so many things that you can do to keep the communication open. Not sharing the resources that help you become a successful vice president of public relations, because sometimes that'll come off as selfish when you don't share. You're telling that person, well, I had to pull myself up and I had to put in the work. I will give you a hand clap. Thank you. Putting it together, putting those systems together. However, it's very important that you share those details with the individual that's going to be taking over as vice president of public relations. And then also about the same thing, not sharing your experience, within the role. Because I think when you share your experiences, that makes them have some kind of insights and what that means to be a vice president of public relations. And then they're ready, they're set for July 1st after they went to the TLI. And now they're excited and they feel good about themselves. So the next thing is, it's time to share. I know some of you have already shared, but maybe you have some questions. So I'm gonna stop sharing here. And so this is gonna be us talking about, what questions do you have around succession planning? Have you thought about who's going to be your successor? Do you have any questions around succession planning? Be shy. Don, did you have any questions? Or you want to share any experiences? Have you done any succession planning in the past?
No, not at the club level.
Not at club level?
At the district level, maybe, but not at the club level.
Okay. It's about the same, really, but really like at district level, you really are looking for someone that, even when they start to learn, and especially if they don't have any experience, but they can step up to leadership. Because a lot of club members, they will state by saying, I don't have any experience in that area. However, you have to step up to leadership, even if you don't know and you fear the unknown. And sometimes you just have to jump in, which is okay. It is okay to do. Because sometimes it's scary, you know, when people think, oh, I got this title, I'm going to be the president, especially when you only been in Toastmasters for a year. And I know when I came on to South Loop Speak Freaks, Toastmasters club number 7079, they wanted me to be a president just coming in, what, 4 months.
Wow.
And they wanted me to be an area director too. I'm like, oh no, I said, I'm not ready yet. I said, just getting my feet wet. So you're going to have those individuals too. So you really want to, you know, get with individuals that are showing leadership and they really want to get out there, but they never thought about being an officer. And have any of you started looking for your successor? No, you haven't? You never thought of it?
Wow.
Oh, I think you're still on mute, Judy.
I was eating peanuts, so I didn't want to be munching on screen. This is going to be my 3rd year as VPPR.
Oh,
The
wow.
first 2 were very hard during COVID. They were just really hard during Zoom and everything else. Last July, we did have a really good open house that I planned. And so that was one of the things that I learned from any sessions that I had been at about open houses during my training. However, then, you know, I go to work and I do my own things, and then I forget to do Toastmaster things
Yes.
during the week and in between meetings.
Mhm.
So again, I'm going to join up with Sheila Edens Brown, most likely for another year. So I'm not so much going to, you know, do succession planning right now,
Uh-huh.
but I will be prepared to do it after I leave the role, I think after 1 more year.
Oh, okay, great.
But
Well,
I want a chance to learn the position, which I don't think I was able to do during COVID.
yeah. And this is a great opportunity because a lot of clubs are starting to meet now in person. And not only that, if your club is meeting in person and online, that's an opportunity too. As a BPPR to start promoting that. That will increase membership too, because a lot of individuals are Zoom fatigued. And they're like, I don't know if I want to be an officer because I'm tired of being online. But that's a poor excuse because leadership is a skill. It's not Zoom. It's not. My thing is right now, leadership and communications are 2 important skills. And if you really want to promote that you are looking for a successor, you can send an email out to your members. And then if you want to have like a small meeting, like, like 30 minutes, get to know, a certain role, maybe all your officers can come together and have like a special meeting for 30 to 45 minutes, just to talk about each role and what it entails and how you're looking for successors, just to lead. And okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I will be sending out the deck, Carmen, to everyone so you can see the do's and don'ts. Yeah, so it's very important, to get that word out now. Don't wait until like the end of May or anything. Just start having, like some information on your role. Send it out in an email, or if your executive team wants to meet with the whole entire club to talk about it, that would probably be interesting too, to see who will show up for that, because I think it's very important that that leadership part is still with Toastmasters. And I know in Pathways, we focus a lot on speeches and projects and things of that nature. But in the legacy program, we had the communications, we had leadership. And so I think that we should strive still to promote leadership as a skill that needs to be developed, and that the importance of coming after you to show that leadership and promote your club, let people know who you are, what you do. And so those are things that you really want to have that conversation, whoever succeeds you. So it's going to be very interesting to see that. I know like last year, it was a very important session that we had with VPPRs, and to hear that some individuals that became VPPRs this year, it was, I would say more people had a better experience than some last year. So that was great to know that training did work and it was successful. And then there were a couple that said, no, I didn't get any passwords. I had to dig for them. So maybe that person didn't come to the session. That could be. But however, you're here. And so you have the information in front of you where you can just fly now. And then now you can start the communication around it. So now that you had shared your experience, before we get into the second half, do you have any questions around succession planning? And that, maybe it wasn't covered and you're probably, curious about something. Okay. All right. Well, y'all pros. Y'all ready to go. Maybe I gave too much information. But I want to make sure I give you the information. That's the thing. I don't want you to come here empty-handed. You really want to get out there and you want to make it happen. And you want to be the person that I am the VPPR, this is what I did, blah, blah, blah. It's almost like you're showing out, which is good. And that means that you're very passionate in what you're doing and that you really want them to succeed. And so that's the reason why you call it success. I don't know if all of you got your email prior to this event. I said, the session gonna be around success. I'm like, what happened to the rest of my email? But however, if you think of succession planning, you take all the rest off, it says success. And so that's how you want to end your year. You want to end your year with a bang. And that's what we're going to do in the next part. So the next part here is I wanted to share with you. Let me see, let me go out of here. Take this floater out and move everyone over here. So we went through the Q&A. So I have a bonus for you. And so this bonus is around Facebook. So Facebook campaigning. How many of you have ever scheduled a post on Facebook? And you can show your emojis. Okay, Carmen. Just go through here. Okay, I see done. All right, so we got about 2 people. And so it's very interesting how Facebook has these different platforms, how you can publish and you can also, schedule and you don't have to worry about it anymore. But last year, what we did, we came together and we post a campaign together. And it was very impactful because individuals start coming to this event. So what is that event? I'm not going to tell you yet. I want to give you a little history about this. Melody Bird, she filled out a survey. She was a VPPR last year. And she suggested that VPPR should send out a campaign at the same time. We were thinking like, at the same time, what would that do for the district? It did a lot for the district last year because we had Patricia Fripp and we had some great people who were chosen to speak in front of her, and we had some great education sessions. And so we had this one campaign that we sent out about the conference. We had over 25 districts from different countries and in the United States. We had 468 people register for last year's conference.
Wow.
Yes, that was a lot of people. And
Yes.
because we were sending out campaigns at the same time, it was very impactful. And that's getting the word out. Put it on your Facebook page, put it on your LinkedIn page. You can put it anywhere you want, but we're just going to focus on Facebook. And we'll probably do a couple more of these. You know, if I send you out an email and say, oh, we're going to send out another one, you'll be ready and you'll know how to do it. So this year, our conference is going to be in person and online. We have Matt Kinsey, we have Ed Tate, and Craig Ballantyne. Now, Matt Kinsey, he is the president-elect for Toastmasters International. He's going to be president next year. We have Ed Tate and Craig Ballantyne, who are world champions of public speaking under the Toastmasters umbrella. And Craig, he won in 1999, and Ed Tate won in 2000. So our members and guests are going to learn a lot from Ed Tate and Craig Ballantyne, as well as the incoming president for next year, Matt Kinsey. So it's very important. If you will open up your email that you had received prior to this here training, you're going to see this. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to share my email. And then I'm going to share Facebook as well. So did you all receive your email? It should say VPPR Creative Campaign Collaboration. Okay, great.
Yes.
All right. So here I have the content that will go into the posts, as well as the hashtags. So the hashtags is really to draw people in who are under those umbrellas: D103, Toastmasters International, leadership, public speaking, conference, speaker. And then there's a link here that will take them to the landing page, which will explain more about the details of the conference. And then this part here, because we did attract people all over the world virtually, that's the reason why we are having it hybrid. So here's, D103 Toastmasters members and fellow members from around the world and guests. There are 15 days. So that's going to be, which is going to be the catch. It's 15 days before the 2020 District 103 Toastmasters Annual Hybrid Conference, which is April 22nd to the 23rd. So we're giving them the theme, where the conference is going to be held, who's going to be there, which is our 3 speakers, our keynote speakers. And then we're also letting them know we got educational workshops. And then we got workshop speakers, contests, and registration, and much more. So this is going to get them really excited. And this will be the content that you're going to use. And then the photo, you'll just save that to your computer so you can add that first. So we're going to do that together. So if your club, or even if your club doesn't have a Facebook page and you have your own Facebook page, I want you to open up your Facebook page. I'm going to open up D103. Let's see, I'm just going to open up their website and then go to their Facebook page. And let me know when you're there. We have Martha here.
Okay.
Okay, you're on your Facebook page now, or Facebook account? All right.
Yes.
All right. Hi, Martha, how are you? Oh, it looked like she's trying to get on her audio. Hi, Martha.
Hey, how are you?
I'm
I'm in my,
fine.
can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm in my machine, dialysis machine, so I'm not gonna be able to show my head today.
Oh, okay. So what we're doing is I'm about to show them how to schedule a post on Facebook. So what I have to do is copy my content. Let me just do that right now.
Okay. Are you able to hear me well, Valerie?
Yes, I can hear you.
How are you doing?
Oh, doing great.
That's good.
All right, so I'm about to go to D103's Facebook page. I have the content already ready. So I'm just going to show you. All right, so here I am on Facebook. And the good thing about Facebook here, one, you can click here and click create post, and it's going to give you an option. Do you want to go to Meta Business Suite, or if you want just to go right into Facebook? So let me know if you get this here when you click on create post. And then you can just shout it out, you know, from just taking yourself off of mute. Okay, do you see this here? Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to demonstrate for you. Because sometimes if you are in your, I'm gonna just do this. I'm just gonna go into my regular, if you're in your if you can give me an emoji right now, if you're in your regular Facebook page, or are you on your club's Facebook page? If you can give me a thumbs up so I can know. Okay. All right, so you're on your Facebook page with your club?
No.
Regular, okay, regular, okay.
Regular.
Okay, so let me go to my regular page so I can show you. So we'll be on the same page. All right, so if you see, let me see here, let me go down, it's gonna say more. Okay, got people coming in. Usually it's supposed to say publish, but I'll tell you what we're going to do. Since we are all on our page, we are going to go in where it says, what's on your mind? We're going to post it now. Okay. So it's just going to be a great experience so you can actually see it. So I'm going to go back to my page on Facebook, and I'm going to go to D103. And so we're going to do a live posting right now. So what you're going to do, you're going to go right into where it says what's on your mind. Mine is going to say create post, which is okay. I'm just going to hit Facebook. So that's going to take me into the create post. So you're going to click into yours and let me know when you have your cursor in your box. And if you have it, then you'll go back to your email and just copy everything that's on that page from under the line and above the line. And then you're just gonna put it right inside that box. Let me know if you got there.
I can't get to my Facebook page now.
Oh, you can't?
I can't get out.
Everything's blocked.
Now, when you say everything is blocked, what do you mean? Are you on your computer?
I am on my laptop, and
Mhm.
so I just see the Zoom information at the bottom, and then on top of that, I see what you're doing as far as create posts.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see?
Oh, you know what? I'm
What?
such a multitasker. So this is what I'm gonna do. Let me show you, okay? Come back on Zoom, come back on Zoom.
Okay.
Because you can, what you call minimize your screen. If you got everybody up, you can minimize it where I'll be in the actual, but don't worry about it. I'm gonna have you look at it.
Okay.
And then that way you can go back.
Okay.
So sorry about that. All right, let me do this again. Let me discard.
It's a lot going on.
It's a lot, but I'm such a multitasker and I forgot this is my audience. All right, so let's do this again. Okay, so if you're on a Facebook page or any kind of page that you created, you would just hit create post. But if you're on your regular page, it'll say what is on your mind.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to, since majority of you are already on your page, I'm just gonna post 2 times. So I'm gonna go to my regular page, which is this is my Facebook page. It says what's on your mind. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm gonna bring up is the photo. So the photo is gonna come up, which is. Okay.
You know, when I copied it in, the photo came up.
Yes, that's what you want.
What? I mean, copy the text for, maybe I copied everything, but
Yeah.
it looks like the photo just comes up without me even selecting it.
Yeah, I think what happens is that because of the actual landing page has that photo, and you can discard that right now because the first thing you're supposed to put up first is the photo. And so I selected this photo, and the photo that you have is formatted just for Facebook. So that's what I should have told you first is upload the photo first and then put the content in. And so here, I still have my content copied. Now I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen. Nothing. Sometimes it will copy whatever's here from this here bit.ly, but since I put my photo in first, it's not gonna bring what's in the landing page. So now I have my content. What I do is I make sure that everything is formatted. So I'll just make sure I'll space it. Yeah, so this is already spaced. And then I'll space it here. That way they can see the actual link. And then here it says, we look forward to seeing you. So I will probably space that twice because you really don't want your hashtags to be too close to your content. Just by 2 spaces, because you really want them to see it. So now you see that. Now I'm just gonna check something because sometimes they do change a lot. All right, so the only way you can schedule a post is if you have a page or a group page. So here, I don't see that option. So I'm just gonna go ahead and post it. And so all my friends and family are going to see this post.
Great.
So you see it here. And then you see how everything is spaced. They're going to see it. And then when they click on the link, it's just going to take them to the landing page of the conference.
Oh.
So this is the landing page, just to tell everybody what's going on. Here's our conference chair message from Anise Anderson, our trio. So it's just to get everybody excited about this event. And then they can register. So I'm going to show it one more time. Let me get rid of this floater here. And let me just go back to D103. So I'm just gonna click on pages and then I click on D103. Now, one thing I want to show you is just in case you do think about having a page, now you know how to do a regular post if you have your regular account. However, if you have a page, you'll click on Meta Business Suite. And let me know if you can see this.
Yes.
Okay. So if you have it, this is where you can post on Instagram and Facebook at the same time. And so you'll click on Create, Post. Then I'm just gonna bring it down. It'll tell you like optimal times. So you can just click on it and you can create your own time. You don't have to select this at all. And so I'm just gonna put April 7th, and I'm just gonna say 12 p.m. And then save. So it's gonna save right here, April 7th, 12 o'clock. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and scroll down. I'm gonna grab my photo. I'm gonna upload it from my desktop. And there it is. And then you have an option of seeing it here on the right-hand side and what it's gonna look like. Now, if you don't have the photo in the dimensions of Facebook, it will tell you that it's too large. But here I have the dimensions and I can also put it on Instagram. Now, if that file is too huge, it will fade out where it says schedule post in the lower right corner. So if that does happen, you just have to unclick Instagram because it can't go on there because the file is too big. But since my file is not that big, I'll go ahead and enter in my content. And as you can see, it's spaced already. Sometimes you're gonna have certain areas that you will have to help it out and you'll just have to space it yourself. Even if you have it spaced in Word, somehow with Facebook, it doesn't see it. So you just have to make sure you're spacing it. And then you space it here twice. Okay, so everything is set. You see that I have April 7, 2022, of course, at 12. And then I'll schedule my post. And it is scheduled. And how I can find out if it's scheduled or not. Let's see here. And I'm gonna tell you something about Facebook. Facebook can be difficult. They change all the time. Where it used to say publisher, it doesn't say publisher no more. It says insights and all that. So you'll see all the recent posts that our PR team has done. So you can see recent posts, all those. And then here you see on the 7th, this is where it's going to be going out. We have some things going out at 7. And then when you scroll down, you'll see more. You can click on See Planner. And then you can see the whole entire calendar. So that's the good thing about Facebook. If you're constantly posting a lot, you can definitely see everything. Of course, it's not. It does take a couple minutes for it to show up on the planner. But however, if you don't have a page, don't worry about it. But once you schedule your first post, you're going to be addicted. Once you get your own. Oh, all you need is an hour. You just post everything. You just schedule your times. And the greatest thing about that is that it is life-changing. It is. And so do anyone have any questions?
I do. This is
Okay.
Martha.
Hi, Martha.
How are you?
Doing
Valerie,
great.
this is really not about the posting as a whole.
Mhm.
It's more about how, let's say another club wanted to have a Facebook page.
Okay.
They look like are requiring a personal information. Who's going to set it up?
Yeah.
Does that sound correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, creating that page for some reason, after creating it, how can you find that page? Because it's kind of difficult to find where the page is.
Yeah, because one, when you create it, you have to make sure you publish it. I think that's where a lot of problems happen, is that you have to start promoting it. So when you do create a page, you want to make sure that it is published. It is going to be under your account. So when that person is creating a Facebook page, they have to have their own personal accounts. And so if I share my screen again, and I'm gonna go back to my Facebook, I'm gonna show you how to find it. It's coming up. Yeah, there it is. All right. All right, so this is my page. So to your left, you'll see my name, friends, and pages. So as soon as you create your page, you'll click on pages, and it'll have all the pages that you have. Now, the thing that I tell people, I know they said, well, how am I going to keep this page over here? You're not, because they made you an administrator. So once you're not an administrator of that page, you know, you won't be able, it'll still be there, but you won't be adding content. It'd be the next person. So you'll have to invite the next person, like your successor. You have to invite them to be part of that page. And so they'll be handling all the contents, things of that nature. And I know that's a different training in itself. And I know we have that training on the D103 Toastmasters, what Toastmasters YouTube channel. So if you are curious on how to create a Facebook page, go to that D103 Toastmasters, and I'm gonna give you that link. Let me just share that with you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, so it's a lot of content on our YouTube channel. And so I really want you, if there's anything that you see that you really want to learn, we covered branding, we covered how to create a Facebook page, how to create content. If you're still, needing assistance in that area, we have that too. So we have a playlist with just all the training. So let me get that for you. And it's called VPPR Education Series.
Nice.
Yes.
So just to counter what you just said, making sure I understand what you said. So if you've created a page for a group, and all you have to do is just change the administration tab in the setting to have the next person who's in that role. Let's say we get a new PR person,
Yeah.
VP of PR. We just change the settings and they become the administrator.
Yeah, so what you're going to do, you're going to send them an invite. So long as they have a Facebook page, they have to have a Facebook page. If they don't, you cannot send them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so whatever their email is, or if you can just search them on Facebook, you just send the invite and they'll get a notification that you're being set up as administrator. They just have to hit accept, and then they can go on as administrator. They can post videos, whatever. You can even create a committee on there too by sending a couple people out there and things of that nature. But I am going to send out another email to everyone on how to, post. Now, was it really clear on how to post on your Facebook?
Yes.
It was? Okay, great.
Yes, I got it. I got
But I do need to send everybody what time it's supposed to go out.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So it's gonna go out at 12. So if you're near your,
Can you schedule posts for your personal page or only on a business page?
I believe it's only on business pages, which
Okay,
I I think that's very limited. I would love to have it where I can schedule posts on my own page, but it seems like it's not. So you really have to be putting it out there on your regular. But the good thing is, I'm gonna take that back. If you have a Hootsuite account, now Hootsuite allow you to put your regular Facebook page, Twitter, up to 3 free. And then you click on Facebook, you can just type up posts and things of that nature. If you have a Twitter account, you can go on to TweetDeck, and TweetDeck, you can do your regular Twitter accounts. And you can schedule as many posts as you want. It's just on Facebook, I've never seen the publishing tool for just regular posts that you want on your regular account. So I'm looking it up right now. Yeah.
I do have a question about scheduling the post.
Okay.
So I didn't see you or I didn't see your screen, but I figured it out
Okay.
just by listening to you.
Mhm.
And it gave me 3 suggested post days and times based on popularity. And it
Yes.
would not let me change it to noon. It wouldn't let me change it. It said tomorrow it's suggested at 5 p.m. That
Okay.
was the time that it should go out.
Yeah, it should be something at the top. Can you share your screen?
I'm going to try to figure out which screen that would be. Okay, I'm back and forth. So hold on, I've got my Facebook page and now I'm back to the Zoom. So I am going to share screen. I don't know if I have. Okay, this is the Meta Suite. Now, how do I would make it share? Awesome.
Okay, there it is.
I never did that before. But I can't, let's see, I can't see it now. All right. So
Okay.
down in the lower right, it says schedule post.
Mhm.
And when I go to schedule post, change the time.
Okay.
And so I had selected this tomorrow at 5 because it was the only one tomorrow.
Okay.
But when I go here, I don't know.
So type in it. So
Just type.
Yeah, just type 12.
Oh, duh. Okay. All right, now
And then
save. And
And you're good to
my
go
post
now.
is scheduled for tomorrow. Okay, got it.
Yeah, and you just click schedule post.
There's a space.
So that box right there, you just click schedule post, and then that will go into your scheduled section.
Oh, you have to do
You
that.
have to do that piece, or it won't schedule.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm ready to rock and roll tomorrow.
And now it's on your calendar.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's the best thing about having a group page and let me just say that again, because there's a difference. You have group and you have pages. Group is where you have to ask to be part of a group. And you have to ask, some groups have you ask questions why you want to join the group, and then it has to be approved. With a Facebook page, you can just say like, follow, whatever, and then you're part of that page and you'll get all the notifications of what's happening. And that's the reason why when we read that in our survey last year, we thought that was a great idea that Melody had brought that up, that we all can share the same post all at the same time, and boom. I mean, it was a very, a nice success. And we did it more than once. So we did about 3 times as we were getting closer to the conference. And then what I did was I just made sure it was nice, short and sweet. And then, you know, 1 photo, not complicated at all. And then we just send it out together. So, but if you're near your computer and you set a timer and say, okay, I got to post this. It's going out at 12. But if you have a Facebook page, boom, you don't have to worry about it. It does it for you.
I am stopping my sharing. Did anybody else need to see it?
Nope,
Okay,
it looks
there we go.
great.
All right, thank you.
I see we have Crystal here.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Hello.
This is fabulous, Valerie. I missed a piece of it, but I'll certainly be tuning back in for the replay. Thank you for all the details. The little bit that I did catch was very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I see Mamie is coming on. Yeah, so I will be posting this on our YouTube channel where, you know, it'll be replayed and you'll learn about succession planning and how to post, you know, an actual campaign on Facebook. I didn't give too many. I mean, you can post it on your LinkedIn page if you want. You can post it on your Twitter if you want. I'm just focusing on Facebook right now because of time, of course. Yeah. But however, if you do have a regular account, you can download what you call that, Hootsuite. Sometimes Hootsuite can be a little bit tedious. You just have to be patient with it because they got all these different things called feeds and
Is it Hoot, H-O-O-T?
Hootsuite is like Hoot, like H-O-O-T-E, and then Suite. And let me put it in the chat where to find it. So you got Hootsuite. Yeah, because they got this thing where they talk about streams. If you see where it says streams, that means Facebook, LinkedIn. That's just their language. And let me see, let me bring it up. And it is free for the first 3 if they still have it. Because I know sometimes with different platforms, they do change, but you can check it out. And even if you find it helpful for your club to have, but like I said, if you have a Facebook page already, you really don't need it. But if you're trying to save time, I will say use Hootsuite. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. So this is my account. It'll say something like schedule post now. So I can, it said publish 2. So I have 2 right now. So I have 2 LinkedIn accounts, District 103 and my own. So I can click both at the same time. And I can just, let's see here. Let me scroll down just a little bit. So I can scroll down here. I can select my file, which is this photo here. And then I can just put my content in here, which I don't have my content. So I can put content there. And then if I want to schedule for later, it'll just bring this up. Like you just pick the date that you want, just like Facebook, but you don't have to, you know, and I can just put 12 p.m. and then it'll just schedule.
Can you send that link that you put in the chat to me in an email? Because I don't know how to save that.
Oh yeah, I can, because I'm gonna send out a follow-up email. So I can put the tweet in there, I can put the tweet deck in there, all those different things. So it's a lot of things that you can do to save time. And that way you're not going back and forth. Hootsuite saves time because you can put all 3 in there. So you can put your LinkedIn, your Facebook, and then if you use Instagram or Twitter, just put the top 3 that you think works for you, or you can just use 1 just to try it out. But I always recommend 2. That way you can see how you're saving time going from one platform to another. Yeah, so you can just create that one post and they'll go to 2 different platforms. Yeah.
Is that a free download for the Hootsuite?
Hootsuite, they have it where you can have it free for up to 3 different social medias. But if you want to go beyond 3, you do have to pay.
Got you.
Yeah. But if
I
you
This
have
is
a
a good session. This is a really good session here.
thank you.
Very good session and some great questions being asked.
Yes.
I have a question about the Facebook post, but I'll get my answer for sure tomorrow at 12 when it posts.
Right.
But I didn't get the impression that the link looked like a hot link, the bit.ly. It didn't look like it was clickable in the post that I created.
Yeah, I think when it does post, it will be a hyperlink.
Okay.
Yeah, because when you're actually putting it in there, it won't look like a hyperlink. It looked like, oh boy, I hope it is a hyperlink by the time
Right.
it posts, but it does.
Okay. Thank you.
Instagram, I'm still learning because when you post a link in there, it doesn't show up as a hyperlink. So I'll have to find out if it's something that you need to turn on in Instagram, because I do see some people do have links that you can click, but I believe there's something else that I'm missing.
You know, Valerie, one of the things that I found out when I started working really closely with you with the PRM is that it's a lot of things that are free, but there are also a lot of things that if you're trying to take it to another level, you may have to make a purchase. So I didn't kind of know that at first, but I learned it just from having, attended your classes. And what I want to say about that is I bought a lifetime membership for this ad creator. And I can do it right from my phone. The only thing I have to make sure is that I have that photograph that I'm going to use or whatever the graphics is already in my gallery. It's so cool.
Wow.
Yeah. And if you go onto my page for the Cityscape Club, you can see that our times that we meet is not the same frequency of every week. So I created this little ad. I had Prince do me a cool graphics. I downloaded it. And once I downloaded, I didn't have to do anything else but put the music to it. It's really, I really encourage people to, if they're going to come into a wonderful session like this, kind of like ask questions about what other people are doing and what really works. And even though I've been in media for a lot of years, that was new to me. And it's so much fun to just sit wherever I am and create an ad for any group. I can do it for any club, as long as you have a great, backdrop. It's so amazing the things you can do with your fingers.
Yes, especially on your phone. That's even better.
Yeah.
That's versatile. Technology is great. Yeah, so what I am going to do, I am going to put those differences between your regular page and your Facebook page. And then maybe just show them how to create a post for some, and then also how to schedule a post. I know that I had one years ago, but like I said, Facebook changes. And so as you can see, when you have a Facebook page or any kind of page, you have to click on the down arrow. And it'll say, do you want to post it now, which is say Facebook, or it's going to say Meta Suite. So it's amazing. We're all learning, and I'm not gonna lie to you. You probably need like maybe an hour just to look at a Facebook page and even your own, because if you look on the left-hand side, there's like a list of all this stuff. It's so much, and you'd be surprised of all the different things that you can do. And if you do get a chance to go to, that's what I was supposed to put in the chat. If you do have a chance, go to our YouTube channel, and Richard gave a fabulous, he gave such a great presentation on how to put a Facebook page together. I think I put it in there. Yes, I did. I'm gonna put it in again because I know Paul is coming in and I want him to have that too. This is just resources that you can learn from branding, how to put a Facebook page together, how to put content together. It's all in that playlist. And so it's really going to teach you how to, just take your skills to the next level. And then if the next person is coming in after you, you can also share that link with them in your handover notes, saying, hey, there's some resources for you. Because now, uh-oh, wait a minute. I think I was wondering where that sound came from. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, so when you do go back there, it's just amazing. And you're going to see other videos besides VPPR Circle, but we do have our own playlist. So I'm just hoping that the next person that comes after me, that they keep the VPPR Circle Education series going, because it's a great tool for our VPPRs. A lot of clubs are even complimenting it, that their VPPRs are working more and they're excited about their roles. So that's really great to know. Cool. But yeah, this here video will be going on to YouTube, so you'll be able to see it again. And then I'll send out a final email with the content again, but it'll be a little bit smaller where you can actually see it. And then you can either post it in your regular Facebook page, or you can put it on, if your club has a Facebook page, you can do it from there. So, cool.
The other thing I was going to tell you, Valerie, the event that we attended this weekend was so phenomenal for District 103.
Yes.
And I could not wait until my fingers went to my media pages. I was able to pull down the actual schedule of the people that won. And I put it on my LinkedIn and I put it on my Facebook as well. But what I'm saying is, a lot of times we see things and it's already news to us, but it's not going to be news to other people because they did not show up. But I found myself doing a lot of that when they announced the winners. I took the link, and as soon as I put the link in there, it opened up the YouTube page where it showed the pictures of who the presenters were. You were on there too, you know that.
Yes.
So it was like so cool.
Yeah.
But you can do so much.
You can. And that's going to be posted today, this evening. Because I had gotten the email from Cassandra, and she said, go ahead, put it out there. Let everybody know who won. Yeah, and that was a great event, Train the Trainer. If you didn't make it,
power pack. I never attended anything like that. And when I actually got intimidated by the presenters. You guys were just absolutely professional.
Yes.
And you stayed within your time, and then you had the audition on Sunday. I was glued to my computer for 2 straight days, and it was so worth it. It was so worth it.
It was. Thank you for bringing that up too, because
it was an awesome event. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and social media is just a great platform. Whatever events you're having, or after you had the event, make sure you put it up. And get people excited, especially for D103. We know that everything is on Zoom, but when you can actually make an event come alive on Zoom, that's the beauty of it. And if you didn't come to the conference last year, look at that, because Patricia Frett and all the other speakers, it just felt like you were in person. It was just amazing. It's how you set it up and get everybody involved, even your audience. And you can do this for your business. You can do this for your job if your job allows you. But social media is what you make it, to be honest. But
absolutely.
Having a page or a Hootsuite or TweetDeck or whatever, I'll have all that information in your email so you can get started. And then also the post that we're going to do together. And I'll make sure that you get that post tonight because it's tomorrow. But get ready for the afternoon to hit post, and it's just going to make a great impact for the conference this year. Yeah, so that's the end of our session. Thank you, Paul. You know, it was great seeing you. Oh, for the little bit that you came.
Sorry I'm late here. I was busy with something else, but I want to support our club member Judy Weber with her work. And yeah, and you.
Oh, thank you. And then let her know that, you know, the email is going to be coming out and that the video, the training has been recorded. So that'll be on the Toastmasters YouTube channel. And so it'll be under the VPPR Circle Education Series playlist.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. Cool. All right. I know we're over time, but you know, it was a great session, very interactive, and look forward to seeing those posts because D103 is in there as a hashtag, and I'll be able to see them.
Excellent.
Great.
Thank you so much for your professionalism and the way you deliver content. It's so amazing.
Thank you, Martha. It's great seeing you. And I know I can't see you, but I love your voice. Your voice is
Yeah,
just
you guys are just awesome. I tell you, this district is becoming my favorite district because I'm in another district and I come over here for the training. Your training it's at a whole different level.
Yeah.
You would not be a myopic person attending these kind of trainings for D103. They will elevate you. Every
Yes.
presenter elevates you. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
You got to come next month because Sheila Eden Brown is going to be presenting on digital marketing strategies.
Yes, I saw that. Okay.
Yes, you have to come. And that's going to be on May 4th. Yeah, May 4th. And so we're going to be promoting it and just so many great things that's going to be happening. Thank you, Judy.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.